Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about these Trail Blazer shoes that I picked up from LEMS. I'm a big fan of minimalist shoes, so whenever possible, my go-to shoes are minimalist. And these Trail Blazer do not disappoint. They have a wide toe box. As a matter of fact, an extra wide toe box, a little bit wider than other LEMS shoes that I have. And they have a zero drop sole. They're super lightweight, very flexible, which is something that I've come to expect from LEMS over the years. And they never seem to let my expectations down. I had an upcoming trip to Europe, and I definitely wanted to do some hiking, sightseeing, even some rucking. And I was looking for a pair of shoes that kind of would fit all of those bills. Obviously, I like to pack lightweight. You kind of have to these days with all the airline regulations. So I wanted something that I could wear even out casually with a pair of jeans, but also something that wouldn't let me down while I was out hiking, rucking, sightseeing on all sorts of different terrain. I actually received these right before my flight, so I unboxed them, put them on, and headed to the airport. And let me tell you, right from the beginning, as soon as I put them on, very comfortable, very stable. The bottom sole has these 3mm lugs, and it's definitely something that I'm looking for when I'm hiking and rucking and not really knowing what I'm going to expect when I get there as far as terrain. So having this type of sole, whether I was hiking, rucking, slippery surfaces, rocky surfaces, and even in Europe with all the cobblestone. So even just sightseeing, when that cobblestone gets wet, it's slippery. So having these type of lugs on the bottom of this shoe made my activities over in Europe that much more pleasurable. These shoes come in 4 different color styles, and I'll place a link in the description as well as the comment fields so you can go ahead and check out the different patterns that are available. I actually got a second pair for my wife, and they're a completely different color scheme. She enjoys them. She actually uses them for regular running on the street as well as trail running, and when I asked her opinion, she was extremely happy with the Trail Blazer. So some of the specs on the Trail Blazer shoe. They offer LEMS trademarked wide natural shape. The upper is microfiber and air mesh. The lining is polyester. The midsole is EVA. The outsole, as I mentioned, has the full rubber trail traction outsole with 3mm lugs. The insole is minimal poly insole. The stack height is 14mm. And as I mentioned, it has a zero drop. My shoes are a size 12 men's, and they weigh in at about 12 ounces, so relatively light for the construction and the stability that you're getting. These shoes do come with an insole. I prefer to not utilize the insole. It gives me more of that minimalist feeling, as well as a little bit more room inside. So if you feel that they're a bit snug, especially if you wear thicker socks or multiple pairs of socks, just take the insole out and you'll have that much more room. These shoes do fit true to size. I generally opt up a half size, but that is just personal preference. With these wider toe boxes, my toes have a lot more wiggle room in there and room to spread, and that's why I always opt for that extra half size. But as I mentioned, personal preference. And while I was out there hiking in Europe, it got hot out there. And since these shoes are breathable, I didn't get any blisters, I didn't get any hot spots, because my feet didn't get sweaty. So another great feature on these Trail Blazers. They have very durable laces, and to be honest with you, I really like the look. As I mentioned, I wore them out to the cafes, I wore them to the airport, and they look just as good with a pair of jeans as they did with other casual attire. So it was pretty cool to have one pair of shoes on this trip that fit all of my needs. So bottom line, if you're looking for a pair of shoes that are minimalist, built well, look good, able to handle multiple terrain with these 3mm lugs, can easily go from out in the field hiking and rucking to the local cafe, definitely take a look at this Trail Blazer model by LEMS.